Hey, this is Pastor Mike,
And David Meisenheimer,
and this is
5 Things at All Saints.
So I am here with David Meisenheimer, and David is an ELCA pastor and now working with Kairos and Associates and helping us out with our vision appeal for this fall. So David, tell us more about yourself.
Well, thank you very much, Pastor Mike. It's really good to be back here. I mean, 13 years ago, 2005, Kairos was invited in, and I was privileged to be the consultant for the Beyond This Day campaign that you had then. It's a new day, and so we are looking at where God is calling all saints into the future, and that's been an exciting thing over these months as we have worked together again. So that's what I do in congregations these days. I was a parish pastor for 25 years, and then I've been working with Kairos, with synods and congregations looking at their futures over the last 17, 18 years.
All right, so this is 5 Things at All Saints, and the 5 things for our conversation is, what are 5 strengths that you see All Saints has that we can and are building upon as we move into the future?
Wow, it's hard to limit it to 5, Pastor. I mean, you guys, okay. I think the first thing here is that All Saints is one of the most healthy congregations that I have had the privilege of working in, and that's hundreds of congregations in the 17 years that I've been with Kairos. And that's where we need to start, is people understanding the nature of Christian community and living that out in their relationships in the congregation. So that would be probably, congregations that aren't healthy aren't going anywhere. So you guys have great direction there with the health of all saints. The other thing is leadership. It's not only the great and stable leadership that you and Pastor Bonnie give here as pastoral presence, but also the good staff leaders that you have throughout all the program ministry and administration of All Saints. And again, that is one of the most important things. The worship life here. You have been smart enough and courageous enough to have excellent worship in both of your venues here, with traditional as well as down the hall in contemporary. And that is the thing that I see that really not only attracts a wider variety of people, but is that's what healthy and growing congregations have, is variety in their worship. Another thing that is just crucial and a growing emphasis in many Lutheran churches is faith formation. That's why we're here. We're here to develop disciples and grow disciples, and that's what you folks is part of the goal of the vision, really, and something that you're doing here. And that is just, again, crucial to a thriving congregation. And let's see, the 5th thing, which could be very easily the first or second, is your commitment to the community. We are not a club that meets here on Sunday. No congregation should be. We're here to grow in our discipleship in order to go out and live out our faith with our neighbors, and meeting the needs of the community, inviting the community into fellowship. All of those kinds of things that we think of about the reason we are here is to minister to the community and bring other people into a relationship with Christ. Is that 5?
That's 5.
Okay then.
So my last question is, what word of encouragement would you give to All Saints as we move forward into the future?
Wow, encouragement. You know, a lot of congregations these days are getting sidetracked. That, as somebody has said, you got to have the main thing is the main thing. Well, the main thing in our churches is our love of Jesus and sharing the gospel. We should not let anything sidetrack us from that. I think today one of the one of the real issues and challenges for the Christian church and for likely this congregation being a large congregation is how we relate to the culture. Well, it was also an issue with the folks at Pentecost, but it goes back a long way. But how do we relate to the culture with its pluralistic ideas and its polarized attitudes? Because we likely, for instance, on any social issue, will have people sitting in here or down the hall at worship who have diametrically opposed ideas and values about that. Our political scene, for instance, is really wreaking havoc in lots of congregations who find it, well, it's always unnecessary to polarize the congregation because wherever we fall out on whichever side and are drawn to one pole or the other, that should not separate us across this aisle from being brothers and sisters in Christ. So I would say to you, encourage you is to be open, to continue to be a big tent congregation, which means that you have people of all, not only varieties of opinion here, but also that you become more and more of a diverse congregation in every way possible.
Yeah, thank you, David. It's been awesome to work with you, David, over these this year and
You were just a
years.
kid when
I was
came
just a
on here.
kid. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I was just a long time ago, but it's been a pleasure. So thank you for all your work and your faithfulness and just your dedication to the church and to the work you're doing among us. Thank
I
you.
appreciate that
Yeah,
very much.
yeah. And thank you for watching this week's 5 Things at All Saints. And as always, you're welcome to join us for worship at 8:15, 9:30, and 10 o'clock. We hope to see you. But until we do, may you be blessed to be a blessing today.